You mentioned other things, including substance abuse, which has been a big problem up here as well.
Yes.
How do you plan, as a family court judge, to, I wouldn't say eradicate because that's a hard task, but like ameliorate, make it easier for people to become more cognizant with positive things rather than the negative. Um,
Well, one of the things that that is already part of the New York State Family Court structure is what we call the Family Treatment Court. So those are specialty courts. So they're not all across the state, but one of the things that the Family Court is trying to do right now is find those best practices. What makes those specialty courts work? Because they've seen a lot of success that the families that come to these specialty courts. So why just have these special little boutique courts? Let's make sure that we infuse those best practices throughout the system.
Right.
So, and that could range from seeing families more often, have a deeper understanding of the services that judges are referring the families to, and really communicating with the families on a different level. And I think for me, it's not, you can't, I may not be able to eradicate, the substance abuse, but definitely the families that come before me have an understanding of this. I always harp on this. I know sometimes people look at me like, but it's really understanding that science. I think you have to come to this with two pieces: understanding the law and the science. What does drug treatment look like? How does it present itself? And being able to read the signs properly and not thinking that people are being defiant or not working well, but it's taking the time to be a real fact finder and understand what's happening here and working with the family, because there is a need for the system, and sometimes parents just can't parent, but oftentimes parents are trying to struggle through their demons.
Yes.
And they need help to get through that, and they're seeking help. They don't know where else to go, and they're here before you, and that's the work of trying to take those best practices. So that's what I would bring to this. Understanding those best practices from the boutique courts and infusing it matters before me.
Right.